Okay, let's get started, shall we? Welcome to Million Hour Workweek, where we learn the stories and work life of entrepreneurs so that if you are looking to start this type of business, you'll have a little insight into what it takes to start, run, and successfully profit off of a business like this, and for the community to learn a little bit more about the person behind the business. Today I have here with me Carson Lamproe from Carson's Fireworks. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that you introduced what the show was because I still didn't know exactly what was going on.
Yes, so that is what we are doing today, friend. You're actually here for a surprise. I'm just here to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you need me to do, I'm just...
Perfect. Well, we're just going to be answering questions. That's really it. Just having a conversation for like an hour. Okay. Tell everyone who you are and a little bit about your fireworks stand.
Hi, I'm Carson Lamproe. I've had a fireworks stand since I was, I think, 12. I used to have it out at my parents' house, and I started it because I wanted to buy an iPad, and then I bought an iPad, and then I've kept doing it since. So I moved locations, I think, 3 years ago, and been over there by where the Boxcar Barbecue used to be here in Sapulpa.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are going to learn a little bit about you before we get into the fireworks. Take me back to your childhood. What were you like when you were growing up?
I don't know. I always had a love for like everything. I've always been interested in whatever somebody else was talking about or whatever I was thinking about. I always enjoyed hearing like the way other people talk about things and the different experiences that they have through their life. And it does show out in fireworks, especially. Yeah, because the number of the kinds of people that come through there are very different, and they're all excited to be there. Like sometimes people that like work in like public service and stuff, they see a lot of like bad stuff come through there. I have those same people coming through, but they're ecstatic and excited, and they're talking about what stuff that they like instead of like being down in the dumps. And I think that's always really fun. Yeah.
You just like to get people's perspective on what they enjoy.
Yeah, I get to see the other sides of people. There's people that come out there and they're like, there's a guy that goes over there and he drives a truck and we all call him Crazy Steve, but he like he's just a weird dude, buries money in his backyard and stuff. Okay. But he like is writing a book. Oh. Like there's about like a war vet that was like a girl, like one of the first women in the military, and like you would never look at him and be like, yeah, he's going to write about that. He knows how to write. Yes. But he's just having a great time. It's just interesting to see how different people act.
How do you get those conversations started up while you're there?
I don't know.
Just tell you?
I have no idea. Yeah. I think I'm a little bit less good at conversation on camera. Yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes they just pop up. Or they'll bring up something that they're excited about because it's like if you're talking to somebody who's excited about something, it's easier to talk about it. And so whenever I'm excited about talking about fireworks, they're excited to bring up things that they're also excited about. And it's just a fun time usually.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you seeing a lot of repeat customers since you've been doing it?
Oh, yeah.
As long? Yeah. Have they followed you from site to site?
Yep.
Yeah. What was your first job? Was it the fireworks stand?
Well, it was... working for my dad. We did all the mowing at the glass plant and stuff like that. So I would go mow there. I was like 14 driving down there, which still not legal. Yeah. But
you know, farm kids get past with a lot of stuff.
I wish farm tags and commercial tags were the same, but
yeah,
not
absolutely.
Quite. But I would go down there and mow and weed eat and do stuff like that, or I'd go pick up. I'd work on stuff in the shop. I'd paint. I'd do just stuff around there.
Yeah. Did you make like a full paycheck or was it like an allowance type
I
thing?
Probably didn't make anything.
Yeah, perfect. They're like, you're actually going to learn volunteer and then you get to a pay.
I remember picking up, he had a shop built and he told me and my sister that for every screw we picked up, we got a penny, and I got like $3 for like 4 hours of picking up screws off the ground. Yeah. So not exactly the smartest. Yeah. Smart on his part though. It worked.
I think I've had that same experience. My dad was redoing the floors and he had taken up carpet and the staples. He's like, every staple that you get 5 cents. Yeah. It took me all night and I think I got like $5.
I'm glad inflation helped you out because it wasn't there for me yet.
Yeah. Todd said, I don't know about inflation. Not in this house, babes.
We can't afford no 5 cents. Yeah. I don't know what you think this is.
At what point did you realize that you wanted to own your own business? Was it just the iPad?
It was literally,
Really?
it was as vain as that.
Really?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of set you up moving forward?
Yeah. I just kept, I didn't just buy, I didn't go out and spend all the money that I'd made from it. I took the extra and spent it on the iPad. And then the next year I was able to buy fireworks again.
Did your parents help you with like money management or anything like that?
They gave me the first, I think it was like 7,500, 8,000. And that was total like for building a little like 12 by 16 building. Or no, it was 8 by 16, I think. And then the fireworks. And then everything else, I mean, all the other miscellaneous stuff, cash box and all like little stuff, flags, stuff like that. But it ended up being about 7,500 or $8,000. And then after I made that back, I paid them back, I think half at a time. And so after about 2 or 3 years, I was on my own.
Nice. Why did you decide on fireworks?
Todd liked fireworks and I liked fireworks.
Yeah.
He said we were talking about it. Remember I was littler and he was like, I always wanted to buy one or own one. And I was like, wow, I'll run it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I would have never even thought to get into fireworks, honestly.
Yeah. It's hard in Sapulpa because especially this year with how many there were.
Yeah.
It's like you go to any other city. It's like BA. BA's drowning in them, but people spend a lot more money in BA. Whereas over here, for me, it's more like the love of the game than it is like to just go make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy talking to people and seeing them and letting them have like fun on the 4th. And so, but you go over to BA, you can make a lot of money doing it over there.
Yeah.
Or even Jinx or Sand Springs even, just because there's fewer competition or less competition in Sand Springs. But this year, I think there was, how many was there? There was
like 6. Yeah, there was a ton, and I was like, you could throw a rock, hit a fireplace.
Yep.
Or
Go
stand,
to BA. It's every block.
That's
if you ever drove through
crazy.
BA on 4th, it is like if you're even like out in the where it kind of gets a little bit more like wooded area, it's just one after the other after the other. Where that one stand that blew up this year was,
yes,
it's like every single block out there,
That's
or it's like every
crazy.
mile there's one. It's actually insane.
Yeah. How would about the fire? How did you ever hear how that started?
Yeah, it was an electrical malfunction. Their first day open. So if you have a tent, you have to sleep. I don't know what the actual rules are. I've always heard that you're supposed to sleep in it. So like if you see a tent, there's somebody sleeping inside of it at night. Like they put a cot out, they cover all the fireworks up, and then somebody stays inside of the tent. They close it up around them. And then in the morning they open it up and then they get them out. But I don't think anybody was in there. Or at least if there was, nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
But they had closed up for the night after the first day they'd set up. And I don't know if they just didn't, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they unplug at night or whatever, but they didn't. And the fire department said it was electrical malfunction.
Yikes. Can't be taking risks like that.
All it does is take one.
Yeah, no, literally one spark in a room full of fireworks. What's something people think is easy about owning a business that isn't?
About any business, or are you talking about fireworks like specifically?
Business.
Just how quick and stressful it is. Like all businesses are stressful. They're always going to be, all the pressure's on you, especially if it's a small business. It's your name. It's, even if you're not using your name, it's your livelihood. And then when you have other people working for you, it becomes their livelihood that you have to stress about. But fireworks is unique in the fact that it's so short. And so you do all of your prep, and you don't have to do it all at one time. Whenever you find time, you can do it throughout the year. But for me this year, it was from June 5th. No, it was like June 11th whenever I started going out there and getting stuff put up. From June 11th to last weekend, which was July 10th or 11th. It is just long, hard days.
Yeah.
The beginning of it's really slow, and then everybody who owns a firework business goes through the same experience where you open up and then nobody shows up, and then nobody shows up for weeks, and you're like, oh my God, nobody's going to be here. I've done all of this work and I've put all of my time in, and no one's going to show up. And then the second, the third, and the fourth, everybody shows up. And it's just how and you repeat it every year. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. you will always on the third and this, or up until about the second or the first, maybe, you will just be so worried that like, where's all I've got this giant overhead I've got to cover, and and now I have 4 days to do it instead of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like it's a very fickle, very quick set of circumstances to be working in.
Yeah. Do you go into it knowing exactly how much you need to cover?
Yeah.
To break even at least? Yeah.
Yeah. The part that gets up in the air is labor. That's the only part that gets questionable.
Yeah.
Because that's always been the hardest part for me, is trying to figure out how much help I actually need. Because it's just weird. Sometimes you need more people. The fear of like having 3 people show up at the same time on a day where nobody's supposed to be there, like 1 or 2 people show up all day. All it takes is 3 people showing up at one time, and then it's just overwhelming, and it becomes all that you can do. Or you have one person come through and buy one of everything, or 2 of a couple things, and then you're spending the next hour and a half trying to restock after that one person. And so when you're actually busy, you have to have the ability to have the people be able to do that and still take care of everybody else, because you can't just stop going whenever that happens.
Yeah. So how do you go into so with having help there, how do you calculate that into your cost that you need to cover? Because you have to pay all those people.
Yeah, I've just been paying 15, just flat rate.
Just a flat rate.
Yeah, it's just flat rate. It's easier, it's simpler, and it's all cash in hand. And so I get to write off $600 a person on taxes, and so it all works out.
Yeah.
For everybody involved.
Nice. You just keep that in mind whenever you go into a day. You're like, hey,
yeah,
this is the amount we got to make today.
But I don't keep track of that like day to day, because there's no use in it. It's not like I was saying. You're not busy until the actual day of, and so you have like one other person out there with you. I usually have another person out there with me just to have conversation and just be able to like see somebody else.
Yeah.
Because sitting out there alone is miserable.
Long day.
And I don't know if you ever tried to like, not be emblematic, be like outgoing and excited when you've been sitting alone in a box all day.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to do. But having another person there helps you kind of stay in the groove of.
Keeps the morale up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or high energy.
Yeah.
Like it's just easier to do.
Yeah, because you can kind of get lethargic. Just sitting there. You're on your phone, not doing nothing, What is the hardest lesson entrepreneurship has taught you so far?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
That could be it too. It's just that it's okay to not know. Yeah. Like make a decision. Just make one. If it's the wrong one, you can deal with that later. But not making one is the worst decision that you can make. So if something's popping up and the decision that you end up making for whatever the problem is ends up making it worse, that's still a better outcome than doing nothing and having not freeze up, but
stand still.
Yeah, there's a specific word I'm looking for. It's not information overload, but like oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's getting so stuck in your own head about all the different things that you can do something, and then not
functional freeze.
That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Where you can acknowledge what all you have going on, but because it's so much, you can't do anything. Yeah.
Or you have like one thing, and there's like 8 different ways to do it. You just pick one. You have to, and that's something I've struggled with, and I still do. It's hard for me to just make a decision sometimes, and so especially whenever you're not like in the moment, like the third and the fourth, it's really easy for me to just make decisions and make calls and just do it. Yeah. Because your adrenaline's going, I'm moving, stuff is going on. But when it's slow, you're mulling it over and you're trying to make it the right thing and do everything perfectly. And it doesn't have to be that important. None of it's that big. It's just kind of, I need to go do this. We'll just go figure out how you need to do it. And just try doing it. And then if that's the right way, then you'll do it again. Yeah. Instead of worrying about it.
Yeah. So essentially trusting your decision making.
100%.
Yeah. Because you have to have the confidence to trust yourself, or no one else is going to trust you there. So
that is a major skill to have. Yeah. Just being able to trust the decision that you make. Even like I keep emphasizing, even if it's the wrong one. Yes. Like you've got to be able to make it and be confident in it. If you're wishy-washy, then if you're trying to tell an employee like what to go do or what they need to do, and you're like, well, I don't know, then they're not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
They're going to question it, and it's going to make it go slower, or it's going to be worse. Whereas if you're like, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell them exactly the steps. Like, people are smart. They know what to do. They know how to do things.
Yeah.
So you can just say it and they can go do it.
Yeah.
If they can't do it, they'll come back to you, and then you go through it that way. But give them the faith too.
Yeah. Just being able to continue to move forward in those moments. Yeah. And trust the people you employ, because that's why you employed them, is because you trust them. What's one piece of advice you'd give someone thinking about starting a seasonal business?
I should have asked you for all these questions before, so I
don't give them to anyone.
I know. Seasonal businesses are hard because of the time that it takes to do them. Yeah. And so if you're working somewhere else, it's hard to take off a month or 2 weeks, especially if that's all you get for the year. Like, you still have to have time for yourself. And so just be careful which one you would pick, I guess.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are really hard to do. And like, fireworks is the easiest example. Like, we're using it. But if you do it all year, well, you can't do it all year in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Unless they change that with the bottle rocket law. I'm not sure. I think it was written in it, but it then state ordinances, and it becomes a way bigger mess.
Yeah.
If it was as simple as the state passing it, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I could be open from June 15th to July 6th on average, usually. That's a long time to be off work.
Yeah.
And even if I have somebody else out there and I'm still working, there's a stress that you get that you're not going to be able to actually do the job that you're doing otherwise, because you're so worried about that, or somebody coming in and breaking in, or like coming in and just stealing stuff from you. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy either, or them not showing up. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of things that kind of happen that is more stress than you would need to put on yourself.
So you would want to look for a seasonal job that kind of complements the lifestyle that you have right now.
Yeah. If you have a job that like lets you take off a little bit more, then you would be more likely to be able to do it. Or you could, and if you're working for like a blue collar job, and you can go talk to your boss about, hey, for like a month, I do this thing. And a lot of the times they're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Like, and it all depends on what you're wanting. If you're wanting to grow in that company, then you probably shouldn't do that. But if you're just hanging around and you don't really care about where you're working at, even like,
yeah, especially if you're trying to like use this to supplement a different business, like, then you kind of have to pick which way you're going to go with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that do fireworks just to get money to go on vacation and then go on vacation.
Well, that's a nice little habit.
It's just a quick, like, you keep the amount to buy them, and then you take your profits and go on vacation with that. And then you buy the same amount next year. Like, it's just a way for people to go do stuff like that too.
Yeah. Has this business changed you at all, in your opinion?
It's made me more confident.
Really?
Like, and I've always been really good at talking to people. I'm more confident talking to people now, though.
Yeah.
It makes you want to like be active in whatever you're doing, because when you're working for somebody else, it's hard to notice that like there's always something that can be done. And I understand that that's like that can be a very toxic workplace if your boss is always over you about, well, you can't just, don't be standing around. We don't take breaks. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Like, it's all right. Like, but from the owner's side of it, there is always something that can be done. Yeah. And so when you are the owner, you can't have that mentality. You have to be proactive in what you're choosing to do and what needs to be done. Even if it's a little thing, getting it done now is, you don't have to do it later. Yeah. And that opens you up to take care of something else later on that pops up, rather than having 8 things pile on you and then having to worry about all of them later when you can do them slowly throughout the day. Yeah, absolutely. Because it really is like, there's a million things to do whenever you're a business owner, because you are in charge of every single thing. And if one thing fails, like, it's like a domino effect through the business. Yeah. And it's really hard to see that whenever you're an employee and not an employer. Well, and I kind of agree on the other side of that a little bit. Like, it's good to be perfect, but it's not possible. Yeah. And so if you miss something, don't like kill yourself trying to like get in there and worry about it. Just, oh no, you missed it. You'll get it. Yeah. Like, it's not a life or death thing either. Mm-hmm. You just have to really be proactive with your calendar and think ahead, so that way that you aren't drowning whenever it is time. Has owning this business changed your definition of success? I don't think the business had anything to do with that. I think that's just just a me thing. Just with age? Yeah. How would you say that your perspective has changed? I mean, I used to think it was, I hate the way I'm going to sound, but I used to think that like it was all about money, which it is true until you have enough to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you are comfortable, even like by the tiniest of margins, there's this, it starts to change where you start to worry less about piddly things, and it becomes like you're more worried about like your time and your happiness, which is easy to say. There's a lot of people that don't have that luxury, which it sucks.
Yeah.
And so I always try to do it. That's like why I'm paying 15, because I know that they need money, and it's all high school kids. They're all they just need something to do.
Yeah.
And they all like doing it anyways.
Yeah, and they're great, and they're nice to the customers, and they show up on time usually.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You get older and then people stop doing that.
Yeah, I know. They get grouchy and don't want to be there.
I don't know what it is. I think they just get out there on crack sometimes and they just stop doing it.
I'm telling you.
But that's a product of like where they're at too. There's a lot that goes into the conversation about like money and happiness that I don't think I can do justice by the amount of time that I'm going to be able to spend on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or without like preparing something to talk about, because like there's a lot that really plays into it.
Yeah. No, I know. What's something you're proud of that has nothing to do with money?
Do you enjoy asking questions and then have them sit there for 30 seconds?
I can cut all this, so you can.
Oh no, that was just a personal question.
Yes, yes, I do, because it makes me know that my questions.
I'll get back to the question, but yeah, every time I've ever like talked to somebody and had like questions for them, I love asking them a question and them going, "Damn, that's a good question."
Yes,
it feels really good.
It really does. Yeah. So yes, I do enjoy it.
Me too. So it was how you have to ask it again. I'm sorry.
What's something you're proud of that has nothing to do with money?
I think it's the care that I bring or the care and the happiness and excitement that I bring to people. Like even if I'm not making them happier, I'm at least engaging in their conversation, no matter where it is. Yeah. Like I'll talk about anything with anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people that don't do that, and it's hard to communicate things, even if they're like tough topics. I'm all about talking about things that are difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
And so I'll have conversations about money or politics or happiness with anybody that comes through the fireworks stand.
Yeah.
Like if they're willing to engage in it, I'm going to talk to them about it, because I don't like the stigma that kind of is put on it. And so I like that. Either. I just wish that more people would be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think that I do bring that a lot. And there are things that like I don't like to talk about, but that's just human nature. It's not a flaw. It's maybe a flaw. I don't know. It felt a little, felt a little complexy to say that.
There are parts of us that are private, and that's okay. But it's also, we need to be okay with hearing other people's opinions and just being like, okay, well, that's great. You're allowed to have your opinion. Yeah. I'm allowed to have my opinion. It also helps you broaden your understanding of those topics, or maybe change your opinion. Yeah. So I'm always up to talk about things as long as the other person is okay with receiving different opinions. You can kind of tell. It's just some people like to talk about things more, obviously, but I think more people should be at least okay with it. Yeah. Like I'll have a conversation, even if I don't like having it, it's still better, I think 9 times out of 10 to have that conversation and just still have it, basically. Yeah. Because, I mean, what's the worst that can come out of a conversation? You get a little bit more clarity on someone else's perspective. I mean, there's really nothing bad that can come out of it.
Well, that's thinking of it positively, too. You can, there's people that, like, if you bring something up, they will get mad about it. Yeah. Or your side will make them mad, or their side might make you mad. Like that just happens to everybody. Everybody has their own like hills that they like to die on. Yeah. And I have a bunch of soapboxes and hills that I've died on. Yeah. Like it's the way you are. Yeah. And so I don't think it's a bad thing. Like the worst thing that comes out of it is that if it's a stranger, you never see him again. Yeah. And so, which can be mean to them. Yeah. But if they're making you mad, there's at least solace in the fact that you don't have, like, they're not going to impact your life. Yeah. But they still can with their words. Yeah. And so you have to also keep that in mind. Yeah. I'm rambling for sure.
That's okay. This is your podcast, my friend. Okay.
I do ramble.
That's fine. That's the point of the podcast.
I know.
What motivates you now?
Seeing people have a good Fourth.
Really?
Yeah. If it was all about money, I would have a stand-in BA or Jinx, like I said earlier. Like and I would have higher prices for sure. I just like people coming through there. I give people stuff all the time. Like I just want people to enjoy the 4th of July, whether they are on the side of it or not. Like I see people come through there all the time. Not all the time. Every once in a while, somebody's like, you can tell that they're not a big fan of like the 4th. And it's like, I'm sorry. Yeah. But here's at least some stuff that you don't have to worry about that with. Like, I just want people to enjoy the day. Yeah. They're getting it off. They're going to go spend time with their family, hopefully. And even if they aren't, there's people that come through there all the time that are like, I just want to go shoot off a string of fireworks. And I'm like, just go blow it up, man. Don't even worry about it. Like, just go have fun.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I try to stay there. And when you get caught up in the rat race a little bit, I have to remind myself that like it is what I'm doing it for. And I've been doing it that way for the whole time I've been doing it.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to get overcome with like the stress of like, well, am I going to cover this, or am I going to cover this cost, or how much am I going to have to pay them, or how much product did I lose this year because I've been giving it away?
Yeah.
Like, you have to remember, if you're doing it for a cause or like for the reason that I'm doing it, you have to sometimes remind yourself that that's what it is, because of how ingrained making money is in our culture.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just got to do it for the love of the game, not for the money.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll see how many times I can say society from here on out.
Okay. How hard is it really to open a fireworks stand?
Monetarily is the hardest part.
Really?
Yeah. Because if it's very easy to go find a place that'll let you put it there, but having the capital up front, because it's all upfront cost. And a lot of places now, you can basically rent the fireworks from them, and they've done that for years. Like TNT and Jake's, they basically you pay. You don't pay them up front. You sign a contract. They come in. They set up the stand. They put prices up. You don't get to do any of that, and then you sell, and then whatever you were supposed to owe them at the beginning for fireworks, you take that money out of whatever you made. You give it to them then at the end of the season, and then you keep the rest.
Oh.
So if you say it's $10,000,
Yeah.
For $10,000 they come, they set up a stand, they put fireworks in it, they put prices on it, they do the advertising, they put all the signs out, they do everything, and then you come in and you sell out of it, and then if you make say $15,000 that year, you give them 10 that you didn't pay them up front, and you keep the 5, and then they keep all the fireworks though.
Oh, okay.
So
if you have to do the same thing next year.
So you have to do the same thing next year.
Yeah.
But a lot of churches and like groups do that, so that way they don't have to store them, and they don't have to do anything like that. And they got plenty of people that are going to go work it and be able to do stuff. And so it works out for a lot of people. But if you're doing it on your own, it's not really a viable way to do it.
Yeah.
And it might be a viable way to start.
Yes.
But it's not a viable way to do it long term.
Yeah. And like actually make revenue enough to
Yeah.
continue to do it. Yeah. Walk me through everything that goes into getting ready for July.
Well, if you're a stand bigger than me, it starts in August. You order a Connex from China, because I think like 99% of fireworks are made in China. And if they're not, they're usually only assembled here, or there's a weird discrepancy about it. There's not very many places here that make fireworks. And the 99% is an exaggeration. I don't actually know the number, but it is the vast majority. It's very, very, very hard to find fireworks made in America. So if you're a bigger stand than me, you would start in August, and that's whenever all of the suppliers start. They buy a bunch of Connexes in August, and they start getting here about February to their warehouses. So you would also receive yours probably in February or March, April area. If you're not doing that, most people buy the weekend after Memorial Day. And so you get a hold of a salesman, get a hold of a wholesaler, and I drank a LaCroix before I came over here, and I'm going to burp straight into the mic here in a minute.
Okay.
But you go to the wholesaler, and you just find the regional salesman, and they'll help you through it. They have an idea of they obviously have an idea of what's going on. If you're in city limits, you got to get a permit from the city, and then from the wholesaler, you'll get a retail permit. You have to buy it from them, not from the city. You have a retail permit from them, and then you get it's a firework permit, I think specifically. And then whatever your rent is, you want to try to prepare and be ready to have everything ready by like June 1st. I'm trying to think, if you're building a stand, you need to have that. You can start on June 1st. It just needs to be put up and ready to go by probably June 21st is usually when people start setting up. June 21st to the 26th, I think, is usually about when people start. But getting fireworks here in Oklahoma, it's very quick, because we've got, especially in Sapulpa, because we have TNT over there. And then Jake's is in Kansas, is about 3 hours from here. And then the place I get from is Spirit of 76, and they're about 5 hours into Missouri. And so if you're making a big order, they have to deliver them to you, unless you have a CDL with a hazmat, which is not.
Good Lord.
Yeah, which is not something that people are getting.
Yeah, just willy-nilly have it on them.
Yeah, a CDL maybe, but a hazmat is crazy, because you got to renew that like every year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's too much work.
Yeah.
But everybody around here pretty much ships in like a day or two.
That's pretty good.
Or pretty close.
Yeah.
If you're ordering them that late, like after Memorial Day, it might take a week, but it's still quick.
Yeah.
Like they're all pretty centralized. And then I think in city, you just have the one permit. You have your sales tax permit, which is something you can do at any point in the year. It's not very much. It just is something. Mm-hmm. And then the part that does suck about fireworks is that like the way the taxes break down throughout the year. If you're in retail, you have two, or for me, I have two halves. Some people do it quarterly, some people do it monthly. Mm-hmm. But there's no way to do fireworks where you only file once for for like 3 weeks of money.
Yeah.
And so you end up having, for me, I have to file in like July, and then I have to wait till December to file July's firework sales.
Yeah. So one of them,
January.
Are you putting in 0? Because like one of those halves, you're not.
No, because it's in June,
right? Oh, okay.
The break is June to July, so
So half of it's in June, half of it's in July. That's crazy.
So you have to file your taxes twice.
That's for 3 weeks. That's insane.
Yep.
Way to go, IRS.
I'm sure I could call them.
That's way too much work.
It's fine.
Yeah.
OK Tap is perfectly fine. I don't need to try to recreate the wheel. They're doing great stuff.
Yeah, you said I'll just do what they want me to do. What surprised you the most the first year you did it? Okay.
Probably just holding the amount of cash that like I got. Yeah, because like I had a card machine. I had the old card machine, boomers, but you have like not thermal paper, but you have like not the lead paper, but like the paper that you write on and it covers the bottom. Mm-hmm. You have to put one of those down, and you take their credit card and you set it on it, and you have to slide the deal over it to mark their credit card down.
That's crazy.
Yep. To be able to run it, and then you have to turn it in. Yep.
Wow.
That was the only way that I was doing it.
Hey, and you were getting it done.
And not very well.
Hey, you were still doing it. You still got an iPad on.
I don't know what adults were doing, handing their card to a 12-year-old. Not probably the brightest.
No,
go ahead. $100?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You write down my card number. That's fine.
Thanks. I wish I still had them. They would hate me now.
They would. You'd be like, actually, you've been buying fireworks for me every year since.
Crazy.
You just don't know it.
That's crazy. I've been buying dinner with it. Actually, thanks for food. I appreciate it. Here's some fireworks. And
yeah, of course.
We'll trade.
Return. What's something customers never realize happens behind the scenes of a fireworks stand?
At my stand, all the horseplay that we do.
Yeah.
We have beach balls, or we usually at some point during the year we usually get really bored and take those beaded necklaces and you break them in half, and then you pull each bead off with your teeth and you shoot them through straws at each other.
Oh, okay. Hey, if it keeps you,
it is
entertained.
Painful.
Oh my gosh.
Or ice. We'll break chunks of ice up and we'll shoot them through straws.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I bet that one
just
hurts way worse.
Beads hurt.
Oh God. What's the biggest expense people wouldn't expect?
Either fuel or electric. If you're putting in a power pole, it's close to $800 by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah. And
then if you're running a generator, it's the cost of the generator and probably $800 to $1,000 in fuel.
Oh my gosh. How can you get a pole ran?
You just set a temporary pole. So you buy a pole for like say $300 or $400, and then depending on how far away from the road you are, OG&E or whatever co-op is in charge of on that area, they'll come out and they'll run a new one off the transformer, off the main one. And then so you can set up a tent pole.
Nice.
And then at the end of the season, they'll come in and take it down, charge you for it.
Oh, perfect. And it's only like $800 for the whole season?
It's like, I think it's $300 or $400 for a pole. The last time I checked, that was a year or two ago.
Yeah.
But a generator is simpler, and I would use one. I need one at my house. And so it kind of works out in that way too.
Yeah. You just have an extra one.
Yeah. It's just the way that I use it for. I don't use it throughout the year really. I mean, I haven't lost power in a while.
Yeah. Or besides like tailgating or one-offs.
I don't even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like it's like I have that generator. It basically just does fireworks.
Okay, perfect.
And so it works. But the fuel cost is the only part that does suck.
Did that get to be a write-off?
Yeah.
Period. Do you get to write off a lot of stuff?
I get to write off the whole month of June and July almost.
Wow.
Because I'm out there. I mean, because I have a camper out there. And so I basically live there. So anytime I wake up, I go get breakfast, write off, lunch, write off, dinner, write off. I buy everybody's food not every once in a while, but pretty regularly.
Nice.
So I can write off basically
everything.
30 days of.
Well, that's pretty good. Have you ever had a moment that you thought it wasn't going to work out?
Probably whenever I first started, because but I don't remember very well because I don't know I don't know enough about it. but I didn't know enough about it either. So
Yeah.
I would assume it would have been that first year, especially out there at my parents, because like I had no idea if anybody was going to show up. And like, if they were coming out there, they were following like 4 miles of directional signs. And like, they would get out there and they're like, we just kept following the signs and there just kept being more.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry. You
guys do live pretty out there.
This is where I'm at. I don't know what you want from me.
You said, I'm sorry, this is the spot. You want some
I have a bunch of stuff. Come
Yeah.
on. Come back, please.
No, literally. What sacrifices did you have to make to build this business?
I mean, the whole month of June, like summer.
Yeah. Just your time.
You almost lose summer.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get set up, like if Memorial Day is the start of summer, you might get a weekend between Memorial Day and by the time you start getting stuff, you have to start doing stuff regularly. So you get like 1 weekend there, and then after July is over, you have to take down, and you got to do all of that, and then you do an inventory, and then you're doing taxes. And the taxes aren't like a long time, but it's just stuff that it gets onto your plate. And like I was saying earlier about sometimes you just got to get it done as soon as you remember it.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work. Sometimes you just are, like, especially at the end of the fourth, you're tired.
Yeah.
Like you can't, your brain function is losing everything.
Yeah.
And so you just want to go lay down and do nothing. But after that, you have about a month left. If you count all of August, you have about 30 days or however many August has.
Yeah.
But you just lose a lot of the time that people are out doing stuff, or like you don't get to enjoy the 4th specifically.
Yeah.
Like the best you get is like sitting in the stand watching everybody shoot off fireworks, which is nice now because I'm in town, and so I get to see everybody up on the hill or people behind me, or sometimes there are people out towards Kellyville that are shooting them off, like, or even down there by the by that gas pump.
Yep.
And the TP drive-in, they shot some stuff off this year. But that's really the biggest thing is you just lose out on like actual time with other people, and it is just because you don't get to leave.
Have you had any issues with like, because you did this through high school?
Yeah.
So did you have any issues with like friends that were having issues with you being busy all summer?
No.
You just
No.
employed them?
People are really accommodating. Like if you have a business, or especially at least around here and in my experience, there's some people that like have never owned a business or never been around people who've owned a business before, and they tend to struggle with how much time it takes because they're so used to like a 9 to 5 where you show up at 9, you leave at 5, and you're done. You don't take it home with you.
Yeah.
You don't have things to do at home for work. You're done. All of your time is in that day. But people who've been around people who own businesses are way more accommodating, and they're like, no, I understand. You're busy.
Yeah.
Like it's part of it.
Yeah.
And so everybody's always been real easygoing.
Well, that's good.
And then a lot of the time though, when we were out at my parents', we would just have a party on the 4th. And so they would just be out there partying, and I would be partying with them, and then I would just go over there and whenever somebody drove up and sell fireworks.
Perfect.
And so it didn't change a whole lot there, but out here I can't do that.
Yeah.
But
you have to have them come to you.
Yeah.
Be like, you can come hang with me at the stand.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
It was a fun time. I had a great time.
You should come out there like earlier.
I know, and I was planning on it, and I don't know if Kendall told you that, but I thought about it like 2 weeks before, but I was like, I'm not going to be able to produce an episode in 2 weeks before the 4th. But then she told me that you might not do it next year because of your renovation. So I was like, okay, we will be doing it on the 4th.
I will be doing it next year.
Okay, perfect.
I was too stressed out this year.
Oh, yeah.
That was a rough day.
Yeah, it's okay. What does a typical day look like for you, like from beginning to end during like busy season?
Well, in the beginning, I wake up at 7, and then we take all the sheets off, get the cash box, get everything out there, and then we sit and wait. Sometimes I'll send someone to go get some coffee, or I'll go get some coffee. I'll go do something, go get some food, and then we'll hang out, and then lunch will come around. We'll get lunch, and then if anybody comes in between, that's what we do. And then towards the evening, same thing. We just kind of hang out and wait. There's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
And then earlier on in the season, I close about 9, and then I go home, take a shower, come back, and then wake up at 7. It's probably about 10 o'clock by the time I get home. And then later on in the season, I'm closing at like 10 or later, and I stop waking up at 7. But one of the girls that helps me, she's helped me for a few years, she gets there at 7 and just beats my door in until I wake up. And then I get up and then come outside and do all the other stuff.
Well, good.
And then further on, the 3rd and the 4th is we're open till like midnight or 1
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, and
So it's dragging.
yeah, it's just, and then I still have to go home and shower because there's no way I'm being out there for 2 days, sitting in the heat, just stinking.
Yeah, man.
And so it's just exhausting. By the end of it, you're tired.
Yeah. I definitely was tired by the end of that day.
Yeah.
Just the heat will get you tired.
Yeah. And that's the whole main reason I have a camper. But like on the 3rd and the 4th, if you're going fast, your adrenaline's going, and then your customer service voice is out there going. By the end of that day, you're talking to a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
Like you feel like a zombie walking around. Yeah. And then you have to wake up and do it again. Like it just is exhausting. It's not physical.
But mentally,
it's way more mentally exhausting. There's a lot of, on the 3rd and the 4th, there's a lot of physical, especially with the heat. You're moving boxes, and there's some heavy ass boxes. But for the most part, it's not like that physically demanding. It's just, can you sit in the heat for 14 hours a day?
Yeah.
Like, because it doesn't cool off.
No. And it gets still and no wind and humid.
What time did you leave? Did you leave at like 5?
I think I did end up leaving at like 5.
Yeah, that's right. Whenever it gets really hot, because that sun comes down through that stand and it just hits that back wall, and it is miserable
it was
in there.
Hot. And whenever we were standing out there with the signs, dude, I about had a heat stroke.
I forgot about that.
Are there trends with fireworks?
Yeah, they're just always illegal.
Really?
Yeah, everybody,
triangles?
yeah, everybody wants triangles. They want snake bites or rattlesnakes, or they want 4-inch mortars, like just stuff. They want quarter sticks.
Crazy.
Yeah, stuff. I had a dude come up this year, and he sounded like he hasn't left the backwoods of Mississippi for 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
And he was mumbling his way. I can't do it into the mic. That would be disrespectful to the ability for you to understand me. But he was mumbling his way through it, and he like pulled out a package out of his pocket. And it had like 1 quarter stick left in it. And I was like, I can't sell those. I'm sorry. Yeah. This man's walking around with a bomb.
You're like right by my fireworks stand.
Like that's what it is.
Yes.
Or people were asking about strobe rockets this year. Those are not, I've never seen those at least be legal. They're usually, and the ones that they're talking about are like the ones they see on Facebook Reels or something. Yeah. And they're like just massive deals, and they go 200 foot in the air, and they're bright and they're loud, and like you just don't get that with consumer grade fireworks. It's not.
Yeah, that's into your illegal stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have you can have a license and do it, but in order to sell it to somebody, you're supposed to have a license, and so you can get around it a little bit. I think some of the Indian land around here is where they get most of it, and I just tell everybody go over there because. They're going to get it either way. They're going to keep going until they find it. There's no reason to.
You might as well just help them out.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't have it. I can't sell that to you.
Yeah.
But here's where I've heard that you can get it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to risk my license or the relationship I have with like the fire marshals and the bill. Like I don't want to, You're not.
Like, I actually have a great reputation.
I'm great actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to. I love shooting them off. They're fun. We went and shot some off this year on the 4th.
Yeah.
We went up. I don't remember where we went somewhere, and they were all shooting off a bunch of stuff, and they had some stuff that I know I can't sell.
Yeah.
And I know where they got it at, but I don't know how they sold it. But that's a different.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Problem.
That's too much.
Yeah.
But they handed me a quarter stick, and I lit it and threw it, and he's like, "Here, now light this one." He said, "This one's homemade." And I'm like, "All right, let's get after it, buddy." Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah. You said, "Let's see what you got. What you're cooking up in the kitchen at your house."
It's not. I'll shoot them off, but I'm not selling them.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That you're a good fireworks salesman for keeping your self-control.
I always get people asking. Everybody's asking for like one thing. Everybody sees one thing throughout the year, and then they all see the same one.
Yeah,
it's never like a creative like. People never ask about like cakes or like nobody's asking about fountains, and I think those are underrated for sure. Some fountains are really cool. But they're always asking about like some bomb or like it's like I can't. Yeah. That's not even exciting.
Yeah, you're like you want a pipe bomb.
Yeah, they're fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. They're really fun to go shoot.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's just something you saw like on the internet, and then everybody saw it, and then everybody wants to get it.
Yeah. So you like need a picture on the outside that's like we do not sell all of these illegal fireworks.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But we got bottle rockets this year.
Hey,
so
we're getting there. What's your personal favorite firework?
It's usually just the style of fireworks. There's of the cakes are the ones that go up and blow up and do all like the pretty colors, and sometimes they're not colored, but they the fewer shots they have, the bigger each boom is. And so from the legal side of it, the 9-shot, like 500 gram cakes are always, and have always been my favorites. Mm-hmm. Some of them are better than others, which is really weird to me. Yeah. Because they have the same amount of powder in them. Mm-hmm. Most of the price difference between them is like the chemicals that go in for like the colors in the air or the effects. Yeah. But it feels like some of them are just so much louder than others. And so those are always the ones that I've liked. I've never been a big fan of like the fans. Mm-hmm. I think them together are great. Mm-hmm. But if I had to pick between one of them, it's going to be those or even like this, like 6-inch mortars are cool. My 6-inch mortars, not these mortars, these mortars. Okay. Those are the ones they're like 1 3/4, I think, around. Yeah. But those are good. Those are the biggest and loudest too. I think Excalibur is a 5-inch or a 4-inch, but it's not 6. Yeah. But those are anything that's really loud has always been like my favorite ones. Mm-hmm.
How do you know much about the firework making process?
Not really. I could know more of it, but I don't want to get flagged by the FBI.
No, you're
okay.
Like, for looking it up.
Like how do you make a bomb?
No, I was just curious how they make them do the different things.
They just have like different like burn rates, or they'll have like a fuse that's still in it. Like with with a mortar, you have that long fuse, and you light it and it goes down, and then it goes all the way to the bottom, and then it blows up, and then the fuse keeps going up while it's in the air, and then it blows up. Oh, okay. And so that's how mortars are designed. I'm not sure. I've never taken apart like a big cake to find out.
Well,
but
I know the ones that like swirl out or do the cool.
Yeah, or like the fish effect or stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if they give it like if it's like a cardboard tube. My assumption is that it's like a cardboard tube, and then there's like a port that comes out of it, so it can make it spin, or like the way that like zaps work, or like some of the littler stuff. They just implement that into like some of the bigger stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always been curious on that. Have you ever ran completely out of inventory?
Yeah, I did. 21. I think it was 2021. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I went to. It was the only fireworks season that I didn't like actually work, except for the 3rd and the 4th. Mm-hmm. I went to Gulf Shores, Alabama, with a buddy of mine for his birthday, and Shelton ran the stand, and I gave him like all the profit. I was like, "You did all the work.
That's so sweet of
like,
you.
Go like it's yours. You go ahead. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah. Like, but so he ran it, and then I think 4th was on a Saturday or a Friday. Like it was a great year to have it, and I came back. And I was out there on the 4th, and I was like, you've done all of it so far. Why would I like take away your glory? Yeah. And then we got towards the end of the night. It was like 10 o'clock, and we had like very, very little left. Uh-huh. And a guy walked up, and I was like, "Hey, this is all that I got left." I was like, I'll give it to you for like, I think I said 225. And he said 175. And I said 200. And he said, "I'll be back." Okay. So he drove back, got cash, came back. And he was like, "You said 175, right?" And I said, "No, I said 200. And he said, "All right, here you go." And he got a bunch of like, it was like a little stuff. Like it wasn't anything crazy, because at that point, the hardest stuff to get rid of is like novelty, little stuff. But he got more fireworks than his kids probably wanted to shoot off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like,
but still, it makes a great experience for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference to him.
You got to be careful. You buy too many, it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever shot off too many.
Dude, I still have fireworks in there that I got to shoot out.
Did you get any from there?
Yeah. We bought from you.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's how we got into the podcast situation. Was me and CJ were going to buy fireworks.
Oh, yeah, it was. I remember you guys out there now. I remember seeing you like in passing, and then like that was
Kendall just was like, "Yeah, absolutely, he'll do it. See you tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, perfect." You know, she's scheduling you for all types of stuff.
I gotta be careful with Kendall. She likes to get too far out there, and then you gotta like rein her back in.
Yeah, you're like, "Hey man, my schedule actually, I can't do that."
Yeah, I do that all the time with like our Facebook, 'cause she's in charge of it, and I'll like read like one thing and like, "Hey, maybe chill out a little bit." Yeah. So and then about 3 months later, I'll be like, "Hey, chill out a little bit," and then like everything works in between. She's fine.
Yeah, but she's trying to be proactive.
I'm not hating on her at all. Just every once in a while,
she's doing great. Yeah, she likes to make sure you got everything going like you should. She likes on top of it.
She likes to slander other fireworks stands. So
listen,
I have no.
If it works,
no, I don't care if it works.
Just kidding.
I ain't doing it.
You said no, ma'am. We don't do that. Actually,
I get on to her like once. She wrote something last year. They were standing out by the road.
Yeah,
and she wrote like. It was like, if you don't buy fireworks, you're a Democrat. And I was like, "Kendall, we can't. Kendall, we can't do that. It's funny. It's funny. But please don't. I can't. Wow. They have money too."
Yeah. That's actually.
You can't.
It might be a customer.
Yeah. It can't be. I want everybody to come over there and spend money. I'm not telling nobody. I'm not saying anything to anybody.
Don't discriminate nobody.
I ain't saying nothing to nobody.
What is one product everyone should experience at least once?
Zaps.
What's that?
They're like what people. I compare them to like bees or what bees used to be, but they are just so much fun. They're just little bitty. They come in a pack of 6, and they're like, I think they were $1.50 this year. And you light it, and it spins for a second, and then it just makes this noise and shoots off.
Oh yeah,
and they are
ladybugs.
No, ladybugs shoot straight up in the air.
Oh,
these just shoot like
anywhere.
Yeah, the way that like
that stupid fly, bro.
What's it called? Sort of like a bottle rocket.
Oh yes,
but without the stick.
Yeah.
And they are the single greatest thing that they've ever invented over there. Like they are so much fun.
Period.
Like. Every time somebody comes through there, I'm telling them about it. Like, and it's because we actually love shooting them. It might be our favorite things to shoot off.
Yeah.
Like just any time.
No, I get it. My favorite firework has been a ladybug since I was like 6.
Did you guys get any zaps?
Yeah. Oh no, I got ladybugs.
I'll get you some zaps.
Oh,
they're you'll shoot one off and you'll go, oh, I get it.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, I'll get you some of those though. They're actually some of the most fun, and you just can't stop shooting them. Mm-hmm. Like it used to be like that with firecrackers. Like you shoot off like a firecracker, and you're like, oh, that was fun. You throw another one. You throw another one. Zaps are so much more fun than those like ever could dream to be. It's wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try them out. What is the biggest sale that you've made?
I had total or like because
just like in total from one person.
It's hard to tell because people come back. Oh, so they'll buy like $300 one day, and then they'll come back and spend like $300 the next day. Yeah. And so the biggest one-time sale was this year. A guy spent like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,100. And then he came back on the 3rd and spent like another $200. Was
he doing a show, putting on a show?
Probably.
Yeah.
He was doing something with his kids. I don't think it was like just him and his kids. It was kind of insane. Oh. Like how much I was talking to him that next day. He came back and I was like, "You shoot all that stuff off already?" He goes, "Hell no." I'm like, "I don't think you'll be able to."
Yeah. You're like, you're gonna be shooting those for a few years, Babs.
You'll be sending your kids out there. And you're like, "Hey, go."
Yeah.
Go take a torch and light this box on fire.
Yes. How do you stay up with the industry and like new fireworks? And
I usually don't. It's usually just what the wholesaler that I get from brings into me. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot to keep up with in terms of like consumer grade fireworks, and fireworks don't really change a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be like a good cake like 1 year and then it'll be good for a long time. But in terms of like them being very different and different person to person, there's not a lot of like fun stuff, especially in the bigger stuff. I think fountains have a lot of really fun stuff that they do. And the little stuff kind of gets like zaps are the only like outlier to me in those. Like zaps, ladybugs are great.
Yeah.
But for the most part, most of them are like a tank that doesn't move.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to come out with a 500-gram tank.
Yeah.
That's like, they're just not going to do it. Nobody's going to buy it. But they've been doing a lot more stuff with fountains that I've noticed here recently, or maybe it's just because we never bought them growing up. But there's like, they're having like, not like a story, but like they're having like a thing that they do. Whereas like you watch like a cake and you're like, okay, it goes up and blows up and there's color. Yeah. But we had a fountain this year and it looked like a volcano, and it like put red smoke out and then it like gurgled out of it like a volcano.
Oh.
And then it starts getting higher, and then the smoke stops, and then it just gets insane, and it's like you're watching a volcano erupt. And there's a lot of fountains that they have like basically a story with them, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's like a little scenic.
It is. It's people just don't like fountains, and I get it. They're not big and loud, but they are nonetheless still really cool in what they're doing.
Yeah. And kids love them.
I love them.
Yeah, like I don't understand why people got such a thing against them.
They always have. Yeah, it's weird. Even like the little ones, big. I have 500-gram fountains, and like people just glaze right over them, and I'm like, fair point.
Yeah.
But you're missing out on what is like. You go fire a cake off, it's like a minute usually, 45 seconds max usually. Fountains will go on for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like they're a long standing thing, and so it's just. I don't know, but people just don't like the idea of like lighting their money on fire.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing that people see whenever they see a fountain specifically. And fireworks in general, some people just see it, but they just see a fountain as just going up in flames. But like a lot of them are really cool.
Yeah.
Like my gauge for like stuff like that is, do you forget how much you paid for it whenever you shoot it off?
Yeah.
Like, cause there's a lot of people then like, that's like the biggest deal is like how much stuff costs, especially right now when people that are like that people that have lower income are spending less than they ever have. They're more concerned with like the value they're getting out of their dollar. And so if you have a firework and you shoot it off and you bought it, and then if you remember how much it cost, you're not going to be like, oh, that was worth it.
Yeah.
If it was cool and it was amazing and you loved every second of it, and you're like, oh, that was $100, you're going to be like, oh, no. But if it's cool enough that they forget how much they spent on it, they'll love it forever. Like it's just one of those things. The cooler ones, you forget how much money it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's worth it. Just the experience. I mean, like, we're only here for so long. You got to experience stuff and have a great time.
Yeah.
What is one safety tip that could actually save someone's life?
Soak your fireworks down after you shoot them off. Wet every one of them down at the end of the night.
That's good. Yeah.
Every time. We've had some pop back on fire at my parents' out there in the field. I was sitting up in a chair by the stand. We were like, I don't know, 200 yards away or something. And I'm looking down the front pasture and I just see smoke come out. And I was like, hey, go get an ice chest. And they filled an ice chest up with water. And about halfway down to it, it just went and went up in flames.
Yeah.
And then 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago or last year, one of the two, last year or 2 years ago, I was driving back to my house in town to take a shower on the night of the 4th, I think. And I drive home, I take a shower, I get dressed, I leave, and I go to a stop sign, I look to my left, and there's a pile of fireworks that are on fire out in front of somebody's house. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So I drive around the corner to an old buddy of mine, and I was like, hey Josh, wake up. Yeah. Or he was awake, he was out on the porch. He's like, who is it? I was like, well, it don't matter. I need you to get a bucket of water, and we're going to go around the corner, and we're going to put this fire out. Yeah. But yeah, that's for sure where most fires are caused. People shoot off a bunch of them, and then they throw them all in a dumpster, and then they bring their dumpster in the garage, and it goes up, lights their whole house on fire. Every fireman will tell you it's every single time. If you shoot fireworks off, wet them down. Yeah. That's a good point. I've never even thought about that, honestly. Without a doubt. And then if you're worried about like cleanup, like if you go shoot off a bunch of fireworks and you're worried about cleaning up, before you shoot them off, take a knife and cut the paper off the top of them. Oh. And you won't have to pick up little pieces of paper. You'll have like the little cardboard cutouts. Yeah. But if you won't, it'll make a quarter of the mess. Yeah. It's crazy. Absolutely. Yeah. Man, you're getting all types of good tips. Thank you, Carson. Yeah. Just don't get your houses on fire. Yes. That's not good for anybody. No. And that's not a way to celebrate the 4th at all with a house fire. What's the weirdest thing someone's asked you? Somebody asked me this year if I had medicine for their dogs. Oh. Just casually in the stand? Yeah. Okay. I was like, no, you're probably going to have to go to a vet for that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's some stands that have stuff like that, but it's like hemp or CBD. Oh, okay. And so it's not. Yeah. Don't actually know how like well that works. If it was like actual THC, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But then you're getting into a whole different category of what you're selling. Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm like, I don't think I can prescribe anxiety medication. I can't give you anxiety medication. That feels wrong. No, for sure. We did a CBD tincture with dogs this year. Yeah. Do they usually freak out? So 2 of the dogs, this was their first 4th of July, and then Holly usually does fine. The rest of the dogs usually do fine. What's the most Oklahoma thing you've witnessed at the stand? Probably the dude that came up this year asking for that quarter stick, for sure. Yeah. He talked like the assistant coach from Waterboy. Oh. Like it was, yes. And I was like, I know what you're saying. I got you, bro. Sorry, I don't got you. Actually, I don't have that. Yeah, you're like, I know what you need. I don't have it though. Yeah, I think Anderson was in there, and she was like, I can't. I was like, I speak the language. Yes. If he's asking about fireworks, I can figure it out. But I was like, I have no earthly idea what you're talking about. You know, sometimes you just got to get context clues. You get, and then he pulled the bomb out, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get it. Definitely don't have that. I get it. Yes. What's something you wish every customer knew before walking onto a firework lot? That you cannot pop fireworks within 500 foot of a fireworks stand. It's pretty smart. And we don't sell lighters. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Don't know who thinks that you would. I mean, I guess you get everything in one place, but we don't sell lighters. Yeah. I don't need none of that. Yeah, you're also not allowed to smoke around here. Yeah, smoking is 50 foot, but lighting fireworks off is 500 foot. Yeah. So Get back.
Yeah. Do it at your
Quit
house.
doing it.
Yeah, no, literally.
Quit doing it.
It's crazy for them to be like, actually, can I just step right over here and fight her?
They don't ask. They won't ask.
Perfect.
I had a dude shoot off a bottle rocket this year. Were you not? Did I not tell you about that? Yeah, they were working. They worked for AT&T, and they came over, and they were asking me about it. And I was like, I already have AT&T, and he was like, oh well, we got bottle rockets. Well, I'm here. I'll get some bottle rockets, and he fucking buys them, and then he gets in his car. And he lights one and shoots it out the window as he's driving away. And I was like, we're not driving away, but like while he was still in the lot. And I was like, you can't.
You're like, hey, man, do you see that?
Dude, it doesn't, you don't have to be like mean to people that do it either.
Yeah.
Like once you point it out, they're like, oh, wait, that was dumb.
That makes sense.
And so like, and you yelling at them doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
But I've had a couple people do it and you just kind of walk up and you're just like, hey, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't do it again.
Literally.
I don't care what your reasoning is. I don't care how you feel about it. Don't do it again.
Yeah, I feel like because everything in there is flammable.
Yeah.
And that's all my product, I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
If this was your last season selling fireworks, what would you want people to remember about your business?
That fireworks are both cheap and fun. Like
Your fireworks are cheap.
Yeah, I think so. Nobody complains about our prices. Everybody that walks up is like, you guys are cheap.
You guys are cheap.
We are.
Before we wrap up, where can everyone find you?
I'm at 914 West Dewy Avenue. It's over there by where Boxcar used to be. There's a dispensary that used to be there, but it's not there now. I think he's trying to put another one in. I don't know what he's doing with it, but that has nothing to do with me.
Yes.
So.
Do you have any social media that people can follow?
Just the Facebook page at Carson's Fireworks.
Perfect. Is there anyone that you would like to thank or recognize?
I mean, I'd like to thank like my parents for being nice and letting me do it too. Kendall for running the Facebook page and all the other little stuff that she does running around.
Yeah.
Shelton for being around. Gage, even though he wasn't here this year, he's always been helpful. Shay, just doing all the other stuff around the house this year and helping me out, so I don't have to go home in the middle of the day and do laundry. I mean, it's just everybody. Bailey coming out and helping for the weekend, and Aniston for being there all the time and helping set up and take down. Chloe for waking me up. Like Cadence for helping me close. Like it's everybody that's been out there. Like Allie for making the time to get out there. I can go down the list of everybody that works there. Not Nathan. I'm not thanking him, but
everyone except for Nathan.
Not Nathan.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And is there anything that we didn't talk about that you wish people knew about your business?
I don't know, not really mine, but if you're going to buy fireworks, try to buy like from a stand that doesn't look like a professional stand. Like you're more likely to find better prices. You're more likely to be helping a member of the community rather than some group that it doesn't actually end up going back to them or. Yeah. And there's plenty of good stands that aren't like that. You have like Shiners out here and there's like church groups that do it. And like, that's all like your prerogative on where you want to spend your money. Right. But if you're wanting like cheap stuff, don't go to the first stands that you see. You kind of have to find the ones that aren't branded and like look a little bit run down. They're always going to be, and they'll be just as excited to see you. I mean,
oh yeah. Because you're at that point, you're supporting a small business.
Yeah.
Like that's someone's family business that you're supporting instead of TNT.
Yeah.
Like
TNT does not need your money.
Exactly. TNT's doing fine.
Jake's especially doesn't need your money. They are the biggest in the nation.
Yes.
Like
they're doing fine.
Yeah. And that's all I got. I better stop before I start dogging TNT and Jake's.
You're okay.
I like TNT. The salesman's cool.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you guys have a great amount of rapport.
Yeah, me and JR are close.
Period. Well, thank you for joining us on Million Hour Workweek. I'm excited to see what your workday entails, and we will see you at work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. If this episode inspired you or taught you something new, subscribe so you don't miss future stories from entrepreneurs who are building businesses one day at a time. Until next time, keep showing up, keep learning, and keep building. Love, Makara.